Coming on Christmas, they're cutting down trees, they're putting up reindeer and singing songs of joy and peace. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on. But it don't snow here, it stays pretty green. I'm gonna make a lot of money, then I'm gonna quit this crazy scene. I wish I had a river I could skate away on. I wish I had a river so long I would teach my feet to fly. Oh, I wish I had a river I could skate away on.
Good morning, or good afternoon, or whenever you're seeing this clip. It is morning here, and that is why I'm still in my PJs. I am wearing my PJ bottoms that I love with the pockets, and I'm wearing my Barry Manilow tee as I enjoy, and I am wearing my glasses, and I am having coffee in my Jane Fonda mugshot mug, which is a totally separate topic. My glasses are on, my makeup is not, and actually, I think the cruddy remains of last night's are on because I did a stupid thing last night, as I do sometimes, and I didn't take off my old makeup before going to bed. That's not even cool when you're 20, let alone when you're practically 50 like me. So, why have I turned the camera on today? I made an important discovery last night. Well, actually, I made a few discoveries, but there was one that was kind of poignant to me, and so I'd like to share it with you guys. Now, yesterday, if you're a fan, you already know this, but yesterday the first installment of Season 5 of Fuller House came out on Netflix. So I follow the She-Wolf Pack on social media, Candace Cameron Bure, Andrea Barber, and Jodie Sweetin, and I have absolutely loved Fuller House since it came out because I am the same exact age as the girls, and I watched Full House when it came out. DJ Tanner was 10 when I was 10. Kimmy Gibbler was 10 when I was 10. Stephanie was younger. So in any case, I watched the show almost all the way through. I think when the Olsen twins started to grow up and get a little older and the show got weird, and they invented, new family members and whatever, I sort of, grew out of it because I was too old, I guess DJ was cool when I was 10 with her, but when we were 16, I didn't care. Anyway, but the point of the story is when Fuller House came out, I resisted it. And I said, oh, that's really stupid. But then I put it on, and I was like, holy shit, this whole show is an inside joke to us. The weird sandwich generation, the babies born, in the late 70s who, aren't exactly Generation X, but aren't millennials either, and, don't have anything to cling to, that's the thing. We don't have anything to cling to. All of us girls who, worshipped Debbie Gibson when we were 11 and watched over and over again Hangin' Tough Live with New Kids on the Block and, had to pick between Joey McIntyre, Donnie Wahlberg, or Jordan Knight, and had, walked around singing The Right Stuff and My Favorite Girl, in the 7th grade. We really don't have much to cling to these days. Girls my age, or I should say women, because, we're grown, women my age really didn't have much to be nostalgic for because they don't really do stuff like that. People who were teens in the 70s have Dazed and Confused. People who were teens in the 80s have it made because they have all the John Hughes movies. They have Molly Ringwald and Ali Sheedy and Anthony Michael Hall to look up to. But we really didn't have any movie or show or whatever that was a nod to us. Girls who had junior high school with New Kids on the Block and college with Alanis Morissette. We don't have that. I think 13 going on 30, the movie with Jennifer Garner, that's close. Early 2000s look back at the times, but even that, I think that the character of Jenna in that movie was just a little older than me. Maybe she's 40 8 now. I don't know. But the thing is, you might be thinking I'm splitting hairs, or you might think this is the dumbest video clip you've ever seen. I don't care. I'm still making it. And the thing is, I'm splitting hairs for a reason, because it's weird. Like, in the generational, like, who did you like and what guy crush did you have, or girl crush did you have, or what poster was on your wall, when you were 12, like, by year almost it matters. My best friend spoke of liking Ralph Macchio and Scott Baio because she's going to be 50 this year, so like that was her time. She's exactly a John Hughes movie. I was in elementary school when those Breakfast Club kids had detention. So it's weird. We just don't have a standard. And so when I found Fuller House, I found my standard. I found 40 something people who used to be like me, like listening to Poison by Belle Biv DeVoe, and I don't know, I'm running out of examples. I'm sure I'll think of some after I turn the camera off, because that's like what happens to me. But I was watching it and I was like, holy cow, Candace Cameron and I have a lot in common. We look sort of similar, but like that's not it. It's like more of a spirit and like age thing. You know what I mean? It's just like more of like it's almost it's an aesthetic, but it's also like a weird quality that I noticed that we have in common. And here's the thing. I mean, we're different in many ways. I mean, she is a very conservative Christian person. I am agnostic, leaning towards atheism. She is a Republican. I'm a Democrat. She may or may not have voted for Donald Trump. I did not. But she has a husband and 3 children, and she's been married for like 25 years. I am divorced, childless by choice, and am raising dogs happily, one at a time. So we're very different in very many ways. But I'm not trying to like inject myself into Candace Cameron's life. Like, I'm Linda and I'm fine with it. But I just wanted to say for a moment that like there's a similarity that she and I have that I noticed. And this is my point that I've taken exactly 5 minutes and 58 seconds to get to. There's something that she and I used to have in common that we kind of don't anymore. Joy. Sparkle. Positivity and light. I used to have that. I had it even 3 years ago. Hell, even last year I kind of faked it. I was able to muster it up. About 10 years ago, it still came naturally to me. I don't know where the hell it went. I don't know why the hell it's 11:16 on a Saturday morning, and I'm still in my pajamas, talking to a camera with my ever coldening coffee. That's not a word. And telling you that Candace Cameron has more joy than I do. Now, you could say it's because she has a whole lot of money. And she could like buy joy if she wants to, because she's well paid for her parts, because she's been acting since she was 5. Well, of course. But that's not where her joy comes from. I mean, I don't see that. I see that she has an internal spark of happy. That she comes to life. She comes to the party ready with a smile. I'm sure she has her bad days. She's a human being. But she comes to the scene, honestly, and with a gleam in her eye, ready to take on the day. And I used to do that. Excuse me. After one of the worst weeks, mentally and physically, that I've ever had in my entire life, and I've had some bad ones, I intend to harness my inner Candace Cameron Bure today. What do I mean by that? Like DJ Tanner, like Candace herself, and like Linda used to be. I'm gonna sparkle. I'm gonna fake it till I make it. I am going to do what I used to do, which is come at the day with an honest, ready, and willing spark of joy. Why am I thinking of Marie Kondo? And I am going to eventually get there. So later today I'm going to turn on the camera and I am going to show you how this transforms into the old me. The Linda people used to like to be around, kinda. The Linda that used to have coherent thought and say it. The Linda that used to smile, say have a good weekend, and honestly mean it. The Linda who didn't walk around her house doubled over in pain and wonder how long she would be living on this earth anymore. That's not going to happen. At least not today. I'm not saying I'm not still going to have my bad moments, but I'm going to give it a shot. So, if you want to come on this journey with me, then here I say, hi, I'm Linda. This is Linda's world. And this is Linda embracing her joy. At least today. We'll take it one day at a time. If you'd like to join me in this very honest Vlogmas when I attempt to re-embrace my joy, then you go right ahead. Maybe you'll embrace yours. We'll see what happens. Stay tuned. Well, a couple of hours have transpired since I last filmed. A few more hours than I care to admit. And currently outside, my neighbor upstairs is charging up his motorcycle to get on with his girlfriend, and it creates a huge obnoxious noise. Now, this has nothing to do with why I intended to have this video start, but I will say this. If you're a motorcycler and that's something you're into, you do you, that's great. But I have to tell you, I detest the sound and the very idea of the motorcycle. The motorcycle freaks me out. I'm giving Chloe a cookie because that's what I do. I give Chloe a cookie. Yeah, motorcycles scare the bejesus out of me. I think it's the suddenness of the motor, and I think it's I don't know, there's something about the concept of like something that isn't quite a bicycle, it isn't quite a car, and there's something about the people who ride them that, or at least the people I've known, that make me a little bit angry and a little bit, not afraid, but I don't know. They're just not the kind of people that, personally, that I enjoy being around. My ex-husband rode a motorcycle, and he tried to get me to be enthusiastic about him. And yeah, I don't know that I could ever get that far. I was on one a couple of times. I wasn't afraid of it, but I couldn't quite get the hang of it, and it made my butt hurt. I was like clenching myself to remain on the seat and like not knock helmets with him. And yeah, that was a bit of an issue. But I think it's the sound. I think it really, really, there's something about it that gets under my skin, and like, I can't tell if I'm terrified or angry. Possibly both. Anyway, so now that the sound effects are gone, I am going to concentrate on something that is a little bit more festive and does me a little bit more good than sitting around complaining about my neighbor and his motorcycle. I am going to finish off Meet Me in St. Louis, put something else on the TV, and let it run because I am going to do a little bit of house cleaning. I was going to say housekeeping and house cleaning, and I couldn't quite get it out there. And also, I am going to do my tree. Now, I don't put a tree up in a dirty house. If the floor is dirty, you gotta mop it first because you want your tree up on a good surface because, you know, it's going to be sort of out there until January, so you want to maintain cleanliness first, you know, or at least that's what I do in my house. So before Chloe's barking ruins the segment, I'm going to press pause on this, and I'm going to go set my home up for Christmas tree time. This is the latest I've put my tree up in years, but you know what? Doesn't matter. It's happening now. Vlogmas. Finally. Oh yeah. It's been more hours. It is, what time is it now? 9:36. Or, by the sound of Chloe's barking, time for cookie. So I have actually accomplished a little less today than I thought I was going to, but yet at the same time, kind of more. I have a tree up, which I will show you in a moment after I'm done doing Chloe's bidding. And the tree is in place, and it is, well, it's got lights on it, and it's got no ornaments on it yet, but, well, instead of me telling you, let's take a look, shall we? My tree is here in the living room. The glare is awful, but there is the angel at the top of the tree, picks to follow. And here is the tree, glimmering and lovely. all the way down to the beautiful festive Christmas tree skirt. And every time I put up the Christmas tree skirt, and this is a pretty old and pretty corny reference, but every time I put up a Christmas tree skirt on a Christmas tree, or every time I see a Christmas tree skirt, I always think of this episode of Designing Women. In fact, I want to do a whole video on this episode because, like, you know, it's not germane to our conversation tonight about Christmas, but it's awesome. But in any case, it had been Christmas, and Alice Ghostly, as Bernice, came to the house, and she was wearing a rather festive skirt. And she said, I really thank you for this gift. It is a very festive skirt, but I had real trouble putting it on. And she says, and it came to pass that because Bernice, the character, was a little bit crazy and just a touch senile, that she had put a Christmas tree skirt on as like a skirt, like clothing. And Annie Potts, her reaction was fucking brilliant. She's like, Bernice, it's a Christmas tree skirt. You're supposed to put it on your Christmas tree. And it wasn't particularly the line that was funny, it was her delivery, and I'm not doing it justice, but I just had to say that is exactly what I think of when I think of a Christmas tree skirt. But I digress. So my next order of business is, of course, to put ornaments on the tree, and I've got plenty, and the ornaments are actually sitting right here in this lovely Home Goods shopping bag and tub that had once been in my basement. And yeah, so that's what's coming next. And also, I think actually I'm going to take a Christmas tree break, and I'm going to put up the stockings. I'd like very much to show you my stockings. So let me flip this camera around and show you my stockings. So here it is. Stockings, about to be hung by the magazine basket with care. So it's a random gift bag. Okay, so my best friend and I have stockings. And we have actually kind of shitty ones. I'm going to replace them. This is the one that says my name because it's mine. And this one matches my best friend, whose name is Meredith and goes by Mer. And that is her. And our stockings, like I say, suck in comparison to the cool ones. This is the stocking that belongs to Richard, the cat. As you can see, there is a cat on there. And it's got the lovely Scotch plaid, which is my aesthetic for Christmas. And this is the beautiful stocking that says Chloe and Woof, and it's got a little black dog because Chloe's a little black dog. And then I still, on a separate wall, I'll show you later on video, do a stocking wall for the fallen. This is the beautiful corresponding stocking for Emma the cat, who spent only one Christmas with us. She was 16 at the time, died at 17, and was rescued by us from a colleague who no longer wanted her, poor little old lady. And this one, that can make me cry if I'm not careful, is Sophia's stocking. It says, I have been a good doggy. And years ago I put a question mark on it, because Sophia, baby Chloe, please stop barking. Sophia, much as I loved her, was actually like Marley and me. She was the worst dog and the best dog all at the same time. And there's her little name. These stockings are sitting on my tile floor with care, but soon they will be posted all the way up there. So, yeah. Stockings are hung on my corner wall with care. I am so overusing that metaphor. Okay, so I just want to take you along and show you my stocking scenario because it's kind of strange. And I don't have a mantle. I mean, I have a TV stand with a mantle, and I have like bookcases with a mantle. But that's not what I'm talking about. So let me just take you along and show you my stockings that are hung on my wall with care. So let me flip it around. So I'm starting you at the top. This is not a stocking. This is just a really cool pic. This is an old cover of the Saturday Evening Post. If you look at the date, February 15th, 1958. The magazine cost 15 cents, which I guess is about $3.50 today. And a babysitter with her TV dinner looks on as parents are going out for the evening and a sticky child is trying to touch mom's lovely new dress. I love this thing, and it was given to me by my best friend Christmas 2004 because I could not part with it for some reason at the Christmas fair in Union Square Park that we went to and looked at cool stuff at the flea market. Down below, this used to belong to my parents, and they gifted it to me several household moves ago. This is my I Love Lucy collectible plate. This is California, Here I Come. The iconic scene. We used to have a Honeydear's plate too, but it broke. But I'm more into Lucy anyway. I'm actually really into Lucy.
Baby Chloe? Baby Chloe, you know better than that one.
I'm sorry, that's my Chloe voice. And here are my stockings. So here's Mommy and Baby, and Mommy and Baby. There's me and my beautiful baby Chloe, Meredith, my best friend, and her little baby Richard the cat. And then something slightly unorthodox. A wall for the fallen. Sophia's been dead 5 years this year, Emma for 4, which is unbelievable. But the stockings are so beautiful. It all started in a really, really, really silly way that I'm about to tell you about right now. Here's how the stocking phenomenon went down. And I think I have sparkles on my face because I've been dealing with sparkles all day. And also I'm wearing a ton of highlighter, or I was. So anyway, here's what happened. So Sophia died in 2015. And there's a whole video up on Sophia the dog, if you care to watch, on the earlier days of my channel. So, in any case, she died, and Christmas rolled around. She died in May. And I couldn't part with the stocking for A, grief reasons, but B, for cuteness reasons, because it was just so darn beautiful. I love that I have been a good doggy with the question mark thing, because, you know, that was like a joke that I made in reference to Sophia, because, like, as I've explained previously, she was sort of like Marley. And in any case, I just thought it was really cute, and I couldn't part with it, and so to aid in my grief, I put it up on the wall. Then Emma came to us. Now, Emma came to us in August of 2015, and she left us in May of 2016. She came to us deaf and with a thyroid condition. A coworker of mine went on vacation. This is a long story made incredibly short. A coworker of mine went on vacation, and he left me with his cat. And Sophia had just died, and I said, well, I would want my old lady to be taken care of, so I'll take care of your old lady. And so she needed her medication and wet food for her thyroid. She couldn't hear, but she was otherwise okay. She was beautiful. She was a tuxedo cat. I'll insert pics. So in any case, I kept calling him up. I was like, yo, I'm getting a new puppy, like Chloe. I was like, are you coming to get your cat? He decided she was better off with us, which she was. She was not getting her care at home. They had a dog, children. She was sort of ignored. She was sort of like the old lady waiting to die. She used to have a cat brother, and he died, and so she was like getting the shaft at home. And so I think it was really wise of this fellow and his wife and children to gift her to us. And we always say that she had the best retirement home possible. The last 10 months of her life were absolutely awesome. She had a mom all to herself for the first time, slept in a bed with her mom all by herself for the first time. She used to defer to her brother Max, apparently. You know, just had a bang old time. It was a bladder tumor that took her from us. We put her down about a week past Sophia's first anniversary of death. And, well, here's the stocking story. So, in any case, you know, because this is not a death vlog, this is a Christmas vlog. And so what happened was this. I had literally just bought the stockings on Amazon for Chloe and Emma because they were new babies. And I put their names on them with the glitter glue, and I was like, oh my god, it's so cute. Black cat, black dog, look how beautiful. Meredith and I were still saying we needed new stockings, like, fucking 4 years ago, and we still haven't bought them because I don't know why I cheapen up for that. Like, I buy extravagant shit all year, and I cheapen up for a $30 stocking. Anyway, I just thought it was such a waste that Emma got one Christmas with us, and that the stocking that was brand new was just gonna sit there. And I figured, well, I can't part with Sophia's yet. You know, this would be the second Christmas now at this point. So why don't I do a wall of the fallen? Why don't I do an in memoriam stocking wall? And ever since then, so Christmas 2015, 16, 17, 18, and now 19, 5 years now in a row, have I put up the fallen wall, the in memoriam wall, whatever you want to call it, of my pet stockings. Because, like, I don't know, I'm thinking of Miley Cyrus and her Dead Pets tour at some point here, because that's what I do. I went, you know, they're gone. I realize that. I'm not trying to keep them alive, like, on Earth. Like, you know, I reconciled with the deaths, and, you know, it's not easy, but it's true. But the thing is that they're alive in here very much every day. And they're alive in here very much every day. So why can't I display them proudly on my wall at the holiday season? Quick Sophia story. She was so darn smart that one time I was out late at night and I came home and I had gifts under the tree. And there was Griffin the dog's present right next to her present, right? And so my dog was smart enough to sniff around all the gifts, not just pick out a dog toy, decipher which one was hers, because one was a girly one was a boy one. And she had unwrapped her gift with her teeth and was playing with it. The reason I knew was because it was a stuffed piggy, and I noticed her chewing on a stuffed piggy. And she was 12. I don't know what she was doing playing. She had stopped playing at that point. She was an old lady. And she was chewing on a piggy. I said, wait, she doesn't own that toy. And then I said, oh, you moron, that's the gift, that's the Christmas present. And I laughed. I put it all over Facebook. Like, I was like, this is the funniest effing dog. Like, I can't believe it. That's why I keep up her stocking. Sophia was such a character. Just hilarious, you know. And I'm not saying this tonight. A person might say, oh no, this troubled person, she's speaking of her mental health and saying that this has been a rough week and now she's singing the song of her departed dog like this. No, I'm not saying this for sad reasons. She was just so effing cute and hilarious. She was actually a really bad dog, but she was such a good dog in so many ways. And my absolute BFF for life. And long story made long, she and her sister Emma, who she never got to meet, they belong on the wall. So that's what I've done. And now, on my television screen, Ralphie has just shot his BB gun in the yard, and the turkey has just been eaten by the Bumpus' dogs. If you're a Family Guy. Why am I talking about Family Guy? If you are a Christmas Story fan. And so they're about to go to that Chinese restaurant and hear rah, 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 which is hilarious, but vaguely racist, if you think about it. Anyway, I'm going to go continue to watch this and do my Christmasing. Once again, I flash the peace sign and say, catch you later. Vlogmas! Woo!
Something else. Jingle bell, jingle bell, jingle all the way.
Well, it's been 24 hours, and it is now Sunday night, and Sunday night is a hell of a lot more depressing than Saturday night, of course, but the undepressing thing, the cool thing, the thing I'm here to report, is that I, well, and Chloe a cookie as usual, have accomplished the tree. Everything is on the tree. Ornaments, lights, ribbon, everything. You name it. So I'd like to actually go and show you my tree and then complete the outro to this wonderful, very honest Vlogmas. So if you would like to come see my tree, I will flip around and I will show you. Here we are. So this is my tree, head to toe. I may mess with the ribbon just a little bit to get it perfect. I'm experimenting with something down at the bottom, but nevertheless, there it is. Showed you my stockings last night, so there they are, still the way they were. This is the wonderful, beautiful angel with a little less glare this evening. I used to have a beautiful fiber optic angel. She had fiber optic wings in the back. She looked just like this girl, but she moved and beautiful colors ensued. And here's some of my cool ornaments. This is a Lennox ornament that is Irish. Here is an ornament from my dad that says Merry Christmas in Gaelic because I am 62% Irish. Baby Chloe, stop it. Here's the most precious ornament on the tree in loving memory of Sophia. She was 5 in that Christmas pic. And the other most precious ornament on the tree, Peace on Earth. It's actually broken in this tape over there, but I must have it on the tree because when I see it, I think, yes, peace on earth, peace in my life, peace in general is very necessary. I think Gabby DiMartino would love this one. This is a lovely high heel that I got at Pier 1. This is a picture of a black and tan cavalier, just like baby Chloe. Here is another Cavalier that is a Blenheim Cavalier. I almost got one like that and named her Daisy, but then Chloe came to me. Here's the beach with me at all times. Thank you to my mother for giving me that wonderful thing. More peace on earth. Just some coolness that looks pretty. Gingerbread. Where's the cool ones? Let's see, some snowflakes, some flowers and things like that. Angel lady. Where's the interesting parts of the tree? Let me flash some light in your face as I turn it around. Some hot cocoa with marshmallows, which is adorable. Little praying girl. A butterfly is up there somewhere for freedom. This bow is literally the first piece of Christmas memorabilia that I bought, or ornaments or what have you, that I bought ever for my new house, like when I became an adult and moved out in 2001. The piece de resistance, the new edition this year. Thank you, next. Arianators, I got this on Etsy, and it came quickly and beautifully, and it cost something very cheap, like $8 or $12 or something like that. What else is here? More Freedom Butterfly. A beautiful choo-choo. I think we've got the gist of my tree. More gingerbread. Down at the bottom, we have the sparseness, really huge stars for some reason that I put up years ago, and I don't know why I bought them or in what context. Some beautiful snowflakes. A leopard ball. This is also from Pier 1. I got this actually the same exact day as I got that high heel that I showed you. Wonderful angel. Oh, there is one I'd like to show you. Where is it located? Where did I put this item? Here it is. Now, I'm not a religious person at all, but it is Christmas after all, and this is a wonderful cross that my mother's good friend Vicky got me years ago for my tree. They are now 63 years old and have been friends for 53 years since they were 10. Little flower there. And I think, thank you, next. Snowflakes and what have you. And I think that with a zoom out to beautiful baby Sophia. Peace on earth. Ooh, and my Millennium Ball. I love that one. That's the second thing I got for my new home. Baby Chloe's name. The Eiffel Tower, again, makes me think of Gabby. And also my own trip to Paris. Well, I think we are pretty much done looking at the coolness. If there's anything else I've forgotten to show you, I will bring it up in future vlogs. I got this one in 2001 too. You can sort of tell the age of some of these. And I think that is that. At the bottom here, I'm sort of trying this bow thing, but I think it's unfinished, and I'll be messing with it a little later. So, yeah, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, this is Linda's 2019 Christmas tree, head to toe. Giant ball over there. And there you go. Time for an outro. So it is exactly 9:30 on Sunday night, and I just finished my tree. Admittedly, I took a huge break. I did everything, ornaments and everything last night. Stopped at about 2 in the morning. Had a bagel and watched Saturday Night Live in the meanwhile, of course, and some M&Ms. But in any case, I did everything but the ribbon. And then I woke up this morning, had my day, and about not even an hour ago, put up the ribbon. And now it is complete. Might mess with it just a little. I'm not exactly sure I like the bottom. I'm not exactly sure I like all the curls, blah, blah, whatever. So I'll see what happens there. But that's sort of the minor point of this outro. I want to tell you the major point. So by faking it till I made it, by forcing Christmas upon myself, I actually feel a mite better. There's a couple of other small reasons and things that happened this weekend that make me feel better, but you know, you almost got a fake vlog. I have to say. You almost got this wonderful festive thing. You see, it all started about a week ago when I said, well, you gotta do Vlogmas. So, like, you have to be cool about this. So, like, how are you gonna film it? What are you gonna put on the channel? Like, what scenes, you know? And I had this song in my head that I love so much. Elton John, who my family and I worship and love and have seen like 11 times, has the song Step Into Christmas. And it's so festive. It's like, I defy anybody not to do a jig of glee hearing this song. You know, it's like, you know, you ever hear that one? It goes, you know, we can watch the snow fall forever and ever. Eat, drink, and be merry. Come along with me. Step into Christmas. The admission's free. So good. But disingenuine. Not how I was feeling. So I switched it up. I said no. I'm not going to give you a fake Vlogmas. I'm going to give you, quote, a very honest Vlogmas. I was sort of thinking like a very Brady Christmas or whatever. Because sirens would have to happen when I'm talking to you. God, every day I spend in Brooklyn is one day too many. Just saying. Anyhow, I had to be real. I had to show you what I was doing and why I was doing it and why it was late and what my experience was and talk to you plainly, because I don't pull that kind of shit in my personal life, you know. If I don't lie as a rule, you know, I mean, I've lied, I'm a human being, but I don't want to show people something that isn't true on my channel, because that's certainly not the way to have a relationship with you. That's certainly not the way for you to see Linda's world, you know. And that's, you know, Linda's world is like scathingly imperfect at times, and I think people ought to know that, because, you know, we get wrapped up in a lot of times what we see online or on a television show, or, you know, in the street or at the Victoria's Secret fashion show, or, you know, all places where things look cool, you know. We see a woman with flawless makeup. We don't realize that underneath it are the bags under her eyes because she didn't sleep, you know. We see a person with beautiful shoes on. We don't realize they're in agony because her toes are being pinched. We see a person who is, you know, peeling off, you know, $50 bills, you know, at Macy's to go and buy people presents. We don't realize this man is $30,000 in debt and doing what he can. You know, there's a story behind everything. There's honesty lurking on this planet everywhere if you look for it. And with this vlog, I was just hoping you didn't have to search that hard. I was hoping that you just got a taste of Linda's world, understood where I was coming from, and maybe got a little festive yourself when looking at my Christmas decor. Maybe understood what I was talking about when I said in the very beginning in the intro that, you know, with my little message, that you are enough, that you are loved, that you're on our planet for a reason, and that despite any difficulties you have during the holiday season or any other friggin' season, you'll get by. It all works out. The universe unfolds as it should. And I hear you. I'm with you. And at any time, reach out. Reach out to a person that's a stranger if it makes you feel uncomfortable. Reach out to a loved one if you know that you can. Reach out to me. Comment down below. Follow me on social media. I've got a Twitter and an Instagram and a Facebook. So, just saying. Oh, and a Snapchat. And a Pinterest. And a TikTok. But I digress. So, I hope you've enjoyed Vlogmas Part 1. There will be more to go. The next one I think is going to be pretty darn happy, because a couple of little minor events have changed, and so therefore it screwed me on straight in here, and I could see the forest for the trees now, and I could see the happiness that will be the holiday season eventually, and also the happiness and stuff that isn't the holiday season. And I think that my spirits will be lifted. I'll be down again. Such is life. But this evening, I'm kind of up. And that's why I'm done sharing this very honest Vlogmas with you. Merry Vlogmas. Merry Christmas. Happy 2020. It's all ahead of us. And if you haven't done your tree yet, do your tree. You're not getting any younger. The clock's a ticking. Do what I did. Fake it till you make it. That tree's gonna come out awesome. And now, there's a little doggy and some Ghirardelli peppermint bark waiting for me in the living room, so I'm gonna go. Yeah, we're gonna be alright. 2020 is coming. And so is another Vlogmas, so stay tuned for the next one.